Geeked or locked in? So I want to talk about today because I've been very geeked today. Now, I know on my personal brand, I tend to show the more serious side. And, me, myself, as a person, I'm just like, I'm just high energy, right? I find stupid stuff funny, find the 6'7" joke really funny, find skibbity toilet really funny, and I overdo it. And I'm geeked, right? Like, I'm just a geek person. Now, what I believe and what I want to talk about in this video is the balance between locked in and geeked. I believe you have to have a balance, right? Like, if you look at someone now, I know a few people that are really boring and are very successful, right? Like one of them, the CEO of Copecart. I was watching a podcast or a video. I forget where I got access to the video, but he was basically talking about, and it's funny, it's ironic what he was talking about, but he was basically saying like, you yourself as a person, you yourself an entrepreneur, you're going to have different, how can I say this? Different ways to reward yourself, right? Like different ways to keep you going. And for him, he's like, yeah, mine is numbers. And, I think mine is numbers too. And that's actually been a big thing for me, myself moving forward is I always try to track stuff in tangible ways so that I get that dopamine, I get that motivation. Now, this guy was so boring. Like watching his video, and I didn't force myself to watch it, but I watched it because this guy's the owner of Copecart, right? If you guys don't know Copecart, it's like payment processor X, like affiliate marketing X funnel builder, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, like it's million dollar success. And so this guy, super boring. Like there was not 1 ounce of energy inside of him. And now, what I want to talk about is the geek versus the locked in. Now, this guy, I don't know if he's so locked in that he's just not enjoying life, but that's not the way to live. And I can say this because I hear this from other people, right? Like other people who are way better than me. I learn from these people. Like at the end of the day, when people choose people to mentor, it's the people that they learned above or the things that they earned that gets passed on to them. So I'm saying this because I know, there's 4 pillars to a happy life: health, wealth, love, and happiness. If you're not happy, like I don't know if this guy's happy or not, but if you're not happy, if you don't act happy, then how are you going to continue with your journey? Now, the geek part of this, I think every entrepreneur, you watching this, you're probably an entrepreneur like myself. It's such a different path that we take, and we get so much negative emotion from it. Like we get so much ridicule. We get, people make fun of us. Your family makes fun of us. One of my family members, it was funny. Like I don't let it bug me, but I was seeing my family for the first time in a while. Like it was some family lives away. And first thing that was said when I walked through the door, he was like, stay wise, stay wise. Making fun of me, right? Like not proving, but they're making fun of me like I'm autistic. And that was funny. Like I laughed. Like I truly did think it was funny. I wasn't like butthurt or anything. But that just goes to show you the stuff that you have to deal with on a daily basis. Now, if you have to deal with that on a daily basis, man, you have to do everything in your power to make yourself happy, right? To make yourself not go insane. For me, myself, just another example of this, I was just on call with my mentor, right? So much sauce. Like this guy, yeah, $7,500, right? I should get a lot of sauce from it. But I was really serious, and I always like to be really serious in my calls, like when I'm asking questions, and truly I am. Like it's not like I'm geeked underneath a face of being serious. I mean, maybe a little bit, but truly I was serious, right? And I was trying to come across that way too. But for him and how I was there, after like 30 minutes or 45 minutes of the call, it's like an hour-long call, I was like making faces in the camera, dude. And I was like texting my boys, trying to get them to laugh. I was so geeked. But there's a spectrum, and I don't have my whiteboard actually. How does the light look? The light looks pretty dookie. Yeah, light's pretty dookie. But maybe I'll just make it with my fingers. So pretend that there's a line of geeked to locked in, right? Think of this as a, what is it, sine wave? I forget what the waves are. Because what am I ever going to use it for, right? I should have been learning business and psychology and marketing, but no, I had to learn about stupid math things I'll never use in my life that ChatGPT can solve for me in seconds. So think of it as like a sine wave. Or what's that? I don't really know how to categorize it, but like either locked in or you're geeked, right? You can't be 100% locked in if you are geeked. Like that's just logic. Now, you being over here, I believe is worse than you being a little bit in the middle. Now, just because you're geeked doesn't mean that every second that you're geeked means that you're not 100% working. Like me and my boys sometimes, we'll be on call, we'll be going through ads, we'll be serious, like we'll be really serious. And then other times, we'll be really geeked. Now, I can say that when we're geeked, we don't get as much work done, but there's also a time and a place, right? Like for us, we're doing fulfillment right now. Fulfillment's obviously very important. And whenever we're doing fulfillment, like we've been locked in because we know that this is serious, that it needs to be done quick, and needs to be done efficiently. Now, from that, what I want to preface is stuff afterwards that maybe isn't so important. That's where we get geeked a little bit, right? That's where we have fun. There's a couple nights where we're all just killing ourselves laughing, crying, laughing. I believe that is super important. People talk about not getting burnt out. For me, myself, I don't believe in that. People say, Pomodoro technique, you work for 90 minutes and you take a 30-minute rest. I don't believe in that. And, this is just my opinion. For you yourself, you can believe whatever you want and try it, right? I've tried it. I don't like the Pomodoro because then I get unfocused on the task I'm doing at hand. After around 4 hours, I do feel like, okay, I need to take like a walk or something. But just try it, right? Try both. For me, myself, it works better for me if I just sit down and I just do the work. I have a list and I just keep doing them. Even switching on the list, and task switching isn't good, right? It takes away from your work, like your deep flow. But after I'm done something, if I can just take that and switch to it, that's the break I need, right? That's the thing that I need, that switch in my mind, right? But it's still being productive. Now, going back to the geek conversation. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So people talk about burnout. I believe that there's times to be geeked and not. The times that you are geeked, that is your reset, right? And the fun entrepreneurs, you think of like TJR. And obviously TJR does a lot of stuff he does. And that's his brand persona, and that's how he makes his money, right? Like literally his business strategy, and I'll tell you guys this, if any of you are even watching this, his business strategy, him and Brez's, is make content that goes viral. Like it's not niched almost at all, but just make the most amount of virality while sticking to your brand as possible, then just funnel people into your funnels, right? Like for a lot of personal brands, there's all sorts of formulas. Like one day you'll talk about day in the life. One day you'll talk about some value. One day you'll talk about some negatives. One day you'll talk about what you're building, blah, blah, blah. Brez and TJR, right? They just just look at TJR's videos, like some of them. Like this guy definitely, some of the stuff he does has no correlation with day trading, right? But he wants to go as viral as possible to just funnel those people in. Now, you see, I don't even know how I got here. Oh yeah, TJR is geeked. And he's a fun person to follow because of that, right? Like for me, I make jokes about him. I'm not into day trading. I have a friend who is. But like I make jokes about him. I send memes about him. And I'm putting that forward too, right? But that just shows that like people who are more geeked are more fun to follow. There's no way that I am getting the CEO of Copecart to mentor me. I had one, it wasn't even a mentor, it was like a consultant. I did learn a decent amount. I don't know if it was worth the value I paid him, but he was so boring. He was so blunt. He was just a dickhead at the end of the day. But he was so boring, he was so blunt, and he didn't live up to his end of the bargain. But this guy, like, whenever I was talking to him, or whenever I was about to talk to him, I never felt like, hey, I'm excited to talk to you. I'm like, I'm just trying to get my money's worth out of you. What do you think is going to happen after, let's say, just for simplistic purposes, I paid $1,000 for a month. What do you think is going to happen after that month? Right? Like chances of you still going forward are not going to be very high. Like even with Wyatt and Carson, because you guys know that I was in their course. Carson's pretty boring too. Like, and I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like, at the end of the day, who am I to say who's boring or not? Who am I to say what's right or wrong? But Carson was pretty boring. And Wyatt was a little bit funner, but and I can't say Wyatt isn't the smartest. And truthfully, I'm not gonna make this video saying Wyatt isn't smart. Look at him, right? Like $2 million, 17, truly extremely unheard of, or like $1 million, 17. But just some of the stuff, right? Like common spelling mistakes. Some of the stuff he's told me, like one thing, and I remember thinking about this in the shower the other day. He once said on a call that I was in, he was like, a good thing for you guys to do, have an asset where you can just sell it for like $20,000 immediately. And he was talking about his Aston Martin that he paid $180,000 for. Now, what makes more sense to you, right? Purchasing $180,000 Aston Martin that appreciates, 10, 15% as he's driving off the lot, and sell it for an eighth of its value. Or, let's say you invest in stocks, right? You invest in the S&P, or just keep that 3-month emergency fund. I have a 3-month emergency fund. Really, it's more. But regardless, I'm just thinking, like, he was literally telling us you should have something where you can go like that. And he was referring to his Aston Martin. But whatever, right? At the end of the day, who am I to make fun of Wyatt? Like, this guy's my daddy, as of right now. But he's not going to be soon. I know that. But yeah, going back to that, people are just way more fun when you do that. And not even just for your brand, but for you yourself. That's how you unwind. For me, I get joy out of being geeked out. Like, I get joy out of saying, it pattern interrupts. For me, I've always liked human psychology. I've always liked seeing what lies where. Like, not breaking points, that sounds really bad, but like seeing at what point a person does something. For me, pattern interrupts, I love pattern interrupts. Like, I will go up to my siblings, it'll be completely random, and I will just try to think of what is the most random thing I can say right now that will catch everyone so off guard that they think, what? Because at the end of the day, I want to interrupt that life. I don't want to live that monotonous life that everyone lives, right? And be geeked out, I just think is a sign of that. But even furthermore, with me just that pattern interrupt, I get so much joy out of that. And then, they'll call me stupid, or they'll be like, what's wrong with you? I don't really care. Sticks and stones may hurt my bones, but words will never hurt me. And I'm not even being geeked now. Like, sometimes I am too geeked. And like, that's a side that I don't know if I'll ever show people. So then that just like takes away from not my dignity, but I get really geeked. But there is a balance, 100%. For me, I think it's a goodish balance. I think maybe I am a little bit too geeked. But if I could put it into numbers, I would say like a 90-10. 90% locked in, 10% geeked. Even like 93-7. 6-7. Okay. That wasn't funny there. Like that was forced. Like I wasn't actually geeked in the moment. Like I'm being serious right now. Like I wasn't geeked in that moment. That's hyper self-awareness too, but that's another conversation. But like a 90-10, I believe, is where most of your money lies. Like, you look at Iman Gadzhi, I don't think he's geeked out, but this guy runs. This guy was the father of, like SMMA, right? Like, pretty sure he trademarked that term. But yeah, that's just what I want to talk about in this video. Yeah, you got to be a little bit geeked, right? There's a spectrum, the geek to locked in spectrum. You need to know where you sit on it. And don't feel bad if you are on it, right? You should be. Truthfully, you should be. And so that's what I wanted to talk about for the video. Again, if you guys are new to my channel, trying to make money online right now, building an AI agency. I believe one of the best business models you can be in right now. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Follow my journey. I'm gonna be a millionaire. I know I am. And soon I'm gonna quit my job, travel the world. I'm telling you, not travel the world, but I'm gonna reside outside of Canada. Making a video right now, just my experiences living in Northern Canada. It's definitely something, right? Definitely a unique thing. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Make sure to join my free AI agency Discord. Actually, I'm on call with it with my two boys right now. Just told them I was gonna make a YouTube video. I actually told them that they were going to get a feature. Now I kind of feel bad, but I don't think one of them is muted. So whatever. But I'm gonna be doing live streams too, maybe soon. I don't know. See how that goes. Thank you guys for watching. Follow my Instagram, more daily updates. My Discord, free. And yeah, that being said, see you guys in the next one. Above all, stay wise.